commitment as workers. Commitment. You see, commitment is described as the willingness to give your time and energy to a job and activity or something that you believe in. You're committed to what you believe in, right? So I believe that for every one of us, it's expected that for us to be effective in what we do in our various departments, various positions, it's only possible. And it's only possible for us to do this well and also enjoy doing it well when we are committed. That's when we believe in the ministry and the pastor. This is a very critical thing. You have to believe in the ministry and the one that is called to be able to be effective in your duty post. It's this is not maybe. And I'm just sharing this in case there's somebody in that position. I've seen people that are doing things in ministry, but they don't believe in the pastor. They believe in God, they don't believe in the pastor. You're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. They don't believe in the whole ministry as a whole. They just believe in serving God. But you don't believe in serving God in that ministry, but they're just working there. You're not going to enjoy what you're doing. It's going to look like a whole lot of burden, a whole weight is on you. Right? So, the first heart issue you as a worker needs to address is the issue of believing in your pastor, believing in the ministry, believing in the work that God is doing in that place. If you can address this and set your heart in the right frame, working will become more of a worship to God than just a routine. It will become more flow. It will flow freely from you to God than a routine. This is very important. The blessings of believing in your pastor are rooted into God's desire to be loved and worship. So what am I trying to say? Loving your pastors because what? You believe he's called by God. So loving the servant is a sign of honor to God. Because you believe he's called by God, when you love him, it's a sign of honor to God. It's a sign of reverence to God. So this can help you, appreciate your pastor more. Because when you love him as a servant of God, so many times people want to love somebody as a person. I want to just love this man. I was telling us on last week Sunday during the Bible study that the best way to love somebody is to love God. So don't try to love your leaders or your pastors outside of God. Because when you love them in God, when they make mistakes or they are doing things that you naturally don't like, there will be strength for you to still love them. But if you are loving them, separating them from God and loving them separately, based on the way they talk, based on the way they maybe just always are, they give you a listening ear. The day they're not giving you a listening ear, you have a problem with them. The day they say nonsense or say one thing that you don't like, you have a problem with them. Right? So your love has to be built on the love of God. Love has to be built on the love of God. So in summary, like I said, commitment is a gift, but it's a gift that you don't only give to the church or the pastor. It's a gift you give to yourself. Because it positions you as someone who honors God through loving his servant. Are you seeing it now? It's also a gift you give to yourself. Because it positions you as someone who honors God through what? Loving his servant and loving the work that God has assigned. So we can say that honoring your pastor is an act of worship to God. There's a difference between honor and worship. It's not the same thing. If you notice, I've not said anything about worshiping your pastor. It's not the same thing. The difference between honor and worshiping somebody. For example, if you're going to meet a king today, whether it's the king of Oba, of Benin, of Shogo, a king of the community, sorry, not Shogo anyway, a king of the community of a land, even though that king does not serve God, right? You have to honor that person because he's an authority in that land. Just honor, which is respect. It doesn't mean you believe in his God. It doesn't mean you believe in what he's worshiping. No. But out of honor, you will not put them in the same place you put other people. No. That's disrespect. So if a king now comes to our church, for example, and we are aware of the king, we're going to give him a different seat. Because that's the truth. You have to show honor to whom honor is due. So What I'm saying is that honoring your pastors, honoring your leaders is an act of worship to God. Because that means that you believe that God, you sent this person. You are the one that sent this person. You are the one that gave this person this power and authority. So I'm honoring them. I'm respecting them. I'm committed to what they are doing in worship to you. Are you seeing it now? In worship to you. So that's why I said commitment. Your commitment is also a gift back to you. It's not only a gift to the church. If you are seeing it that way, you think that, oh, I'm just doing everything. They're just using me. No. It's also a commitment to yourself. It's also a gift to yourself. Look at Aaron and Moses. Aaron believed that God called Moses. And that was one of the reasons why he was committed to all the things that Moses went about. He wasn't there when God met Moses in the burning bush. No, he wasn't there. But he heard what Moses told him about God. I'm sure he had some encounters. On that day, we'll deal about encounters. I'm sure he had his own encounters. And from there, you see, he followed Moses to the very end. So, as workers, leaders, there is a need for you to be committed. And one more thing I must add here. I'm sorry, this is a long video, but one thing I must add here. You believing in somebody does not necessarily mean that you agree with everything they say. We must know this. You believing in somebody does not mean that you agree with everything they say. Yes. You might ask me, how do I know? When God spoke to Abraham and told him, you're going to have this at this age, do you think he agreed with it? You think his mind agreed with it? No, but he believed with his heart. There's a difference between what your head, your brain agrees or don't agree with based on knowledge, and there's a difference between what I believe in my heart. All right? So there can be things that even as a ministry that you're not used to. Where you're coming from is not what you know, or you have a theological background. You have a deep understanding of this is how these things are done, even in the kingdom, because in the kingdom there are many perspectives, and you're somewhere else, and the person is saying, "Oh, we're going like this." You might not completely agree with that thing, but it doesn't mean that you should say that this person, I don't believe this is a pastor. I hope you understand that thing, because it's very important to understand that this thing I just mentioned now, because people struggle with this. I don't agree with what this person just taught here. That shouldn't also stop you from believing this person is God. Because people can make mistakes. People are growing in knowledge. Very important. People are growing in knowledge. And so they can know new things tomorrow. What they know today that might be wrong, tomorrow they might be corrected and change it. So if you say because of what the person said today, which maybe was wrong, you don't believe in the person, you are wrong. I hope you know, when Moses started, he was the only one counseling the whole of Israel at that point in time. It wasn't the right way to do it, but that's where his knowledge was up to. And the Bible says that his father-in-law came, and his father-in-law came and corrected him, and then he changed that system. And that was when he began to appoint other leaders. So you can see the transition. Was Moses called? Yes. Was he applying wrong knowledge? Yes, at the beginning. Later on, what happened? Wisdom came and he changed it. So don't walk that way. Because, this person, I don't agree with what they just said. I don't agree with what they taught yesterday or what they taught on Sunday. That means I don't believe in this person. You will miss it. You will miss it. Okay? You will miss that thing. So please, for those of us maybe that have that kind of challenge, know this now. There's a difference between believing in something and agreeing with that person said. It's not the same thing. All right? God bless you. So I've done 2 videos now in one day. I didn't plan to do 2 videos, but it came like that. All right, please, I'll be storing this. This will be like a nugget for us as workers. I think it's our time we begin to do it like this. All right, can't be waiting for meetings. I just hope people will take the time to watch these videos, and the MB will be very small. So let's see like small online trainings.